Brian Cook and Kendra Cox with DiscoverWoodward.com and Keller Williams Realty Elite. And we're here today with Linda Freeman and talking about the Formations Institute of Cosmetology and Barbering LLC. It's a whole lot of words, and they do a whole lot of stuff.
Oh man. Okay, so excited about this. First, let's go ahead and just hit all of it. You are not just a business owner here. You're one of our local agents. You are one of the agents with our Keller Williams group. So you love Woodward. You sell Woodward the same way that we sell Woodward, right? But then you've also been in the hair business. I say hair business. You correct me because I don't think I'm saying it right. What would you say you've been in for 20 years?
Cosmetology. But I'm also not only a cosmetologist, I'm also a barber and a master instructor as well.
So you do it all.
Yes.
And so because of you being because of the ability that you've had to do it all for 20 years, you saw some needs. So tell us about how you began Formations, what was your passion and your drive for this, and tell us a little bit about that.
Okay.
Because you just celebrated an anniversary.
Yes. Well, our 1-year anniversary is Saturday, so it's been a crazy ride, but now that we're there, it's getting better. So the thing is, as a local salon owner, I could just tell that the talent that was coming out of here wasn't quite up to par for what it needed to be for a starting cosmetologist or barber. So what was going on in my personal salon was I would get them in there as a booth renter, train them all up, and then as they got confident, which is great that they got confident, they would grow to be competing business owners. Right. So that's great. I never want to hold anybody back, so I wish them well. But I also, for me, I knew that I was more in the training role, and it was like word of mouth. Go to Tadipur, and Linda will start you up. She'll help you out. So I was recognizing that I was needed in a different role. So at the same time, I thought, well, I don't need this whole salon. I can make my own money in a personal studio at my house. So I put in my own personal studio, tried to retire, but too many people wouldn't let me. And at the same time, the lady that owned the school, she saw my retirement post and thought it would be a great time for me to maybe step into the role of the school ownership. So I thought, you know what, you're right. I already knew it, but I'll let you think it was your idea. So, so not only did I want to buy the school, but we wanted to completely revamp it. We wanted to completely change the way they were being taught, all new, fresh ideas, fresh instructors, a fresh name, a complete remodel, and like it's just never stopping. We always have something going on. Always something that we want to do to grow the students' education or the school itself.
It makes me think of medicine, which sounds crazy weird. I mean, obviously it's not the same, but it makes me think of medicine. It makes me think of our real estate careers, and that they're always changing. Nothing stays the same, and there's an evolution. So in your business, an evolution of trends, an evolution of product. So we talk a little bit in a minute. We're going to look at where the magic happens, but behind the magic is the science. And I remember for years before you started real estate, I would see on the old Facebook, hey, who does the best colors? And Linda always was the one that was like rising to the top. I thought, that girl's got the color thing going on. There's like a science behind the magic.
Yes.
And that science changes, doesn't it?
Yes.
And so you've got to stay on top of it.
Right. Now, the thing about the science is science. Mm-hmm. The science stays the same, but the thing that changes is the artistry and the way you employ the science. So if that makes sense. So it's all about placement and technique.
And he almost whispered. I don't know why. See, turn on the camera. Brian gets quiet too. But the product changes too. It improves.
The product does change. I mean, the beauty industry is a multi-million-dollar industry every year. And so, and even when times are tough with COVID or people have a job loss, I mean, they still want to look and feel their best.
Right.
And when you're stressed out, that's one thing that helps you look and feel your best. And, you know, so we just want everybody to look and feel their best.
All right. So let's talk about, there's so many hours that come with each section of school. So you have the cosmetology, you have the barber, and you have a nail manicurist. Okay.
And then we have a master instructor.
Okay, so there's 4 things. Woo, I missed one. All right, so tell us about that.
Okay, so the basic cosmetology or barbering course are 1,500-hour courses. The thing is, if somebody's already got a cosmetology certificate, the State Board of Oklahoma will grant them 1,200 hours credit towards a barber course. So if you're already a cosmetologist, you can do what I did and come and get the other 300 hours needed. In those 300 hours, they will learn the things they didn't learn the first time around in cosmetology, they will learn straight razoring and the things that barbers do that are different from what a cosmetologist does. But all barbers and cosmetologists all do color, perms, all these chemical things that most people only see barbers as hair cutters.
Right.
Because that's what they choose to do because they're more comfortable just to get the guys in the chair and rotate them out.
Right.
But barbers actually can do perms, basic manicures, they can do facials with the steam machine, and so what barbers can do that cosmetologists can't do is they can use a straight blade razor, they can shave faces and do that kind of thing. What a cosmetologist can do that a barber can't do is pedicures, makeup, and fake nails. So sometimes you would have somebody that's already a barber, it might be a female that's already been through a barbering program, but then she decides she wants to do makeup because that's a big thing right now. So that person can get 1,200 hours credit for already having a barber certificate, and they can just come for 300 hours. And then the manicurist course is only a 600-hour course. So if you strictly only want to do nails and nails only, then you can come and get that in 600 hours. Our school is a 32-hour-a-week school, Tuesday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. So they can get that course complete in as little as 4.5 months.
Wow.
And then the Master Instructor Program, if somebody is already a cosmetologist, manicurist, or barber, they can do the Master Instructor Program for 1,000 hours. If you already have 2 years experience, then you only have to do 500 hours. You get a 500-hour credit. So that person can get the Master Instructor for only in 5 months, as little as 5 months.
I love the idea of the income potential. So if I'm coming straight out of high school, I've got income potential in 5 to 6 months, and can be doing that income even if I desire to go ahead and continue with a college education or a different type of service career. I love the idea of that.
There's so many kids that decide to sit out 1 year before they go to traditional college. They can get this done in 1 year. They can be earning income while they're in college anywhere they go.
That's awesome.
So, and also since we are an accredited institution, we take financial aid and Pell Grants and stuff for people that qualify. They can go to FAFSA.gov and fill out their FAFSA forms and choose our school, and within 3 days we get a report that states what that student's qualified for. The other thing is with the State Board of Cosmetology and Barbering, an individual only has to have an 8th grade education or be 16 years or older.
Wow.
But the issue is right now our school only offers a full-time course, which is the 32 hours a week. State Board has a minimum 16 hours a week. So if you don't have a high school diploma or GED, you cannot qualify for Excel or student loans. But if somebody was wanting to be a cash pay person, maybe they didn't graduate high school, but they still want to further their education, but they can prove 8th grade education, that person can come and enroll. So
I love that. Yeah. Okay, so the purpose of Woodward, discoverwoodward.com, is that we want to promote our community, we want to promote our town, and you love Woodward. You're a Woodward girl.
Right. Well,
and you tried to run away, but you came back. So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, Woodward sucks people in, and it will always suck you back. If you try to leave, you will be sucked back. Because there's really no other place like Woodward. So I moved away twice. Once I moved away, I sat out a semester after high school, and then I thought I needed to go to college. So I went to a town that I thought would be good for me, and within one semester I'm like, I got to go back to Woodward. This is too hard. I was a single teenage mom with no family to help me, so I had to get back. And then for me, I got back and I got straight to work. So anyway, but then again, I left a second time in 2008, and I was gone for 4 years that time. That was due to my husband's job placement. But then again, the place was just not Woodward. So it was great and lovely, but it was just not Woodward. So we wanted to come home. When we got to where every weekend we were leaving at 5 p.m. to come to Woodward and stay here till Sunday night at 10 p.m., it was like, okay, we need to be back in Woodward. We're literally only here so the kids can go to school and we can work.
Right.
So that's for us. We moved back.
Okay, Linda, this looks like fun. Tell me everything about what happens here.
Okay, what happens here is this is our clinic floor. So this is where the students will service our actual clientele and even their mannequins. When they're not busy with a human, they do work on mannequin heads. So they have to have 1,500 hours of training before they complete their program for the cosmetologists and the barbers. And so this is where the magic happens.
Awesome, magic.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
let's go to the next room. Okay, this room, this is where the pain happens.
Yes, this is the pain
Brian,
room.
Pain.
we could get a student.
Do
Well,
what?
actually,
This is the waxing
you and I
job.
already dumped a bucket of water on your head because I could just wax something like your arm and show you how that feels. But anyway, this is in the morning during theory. This is actually our nail tech classroom.
Okay.
So it doubles as two purposes. After theory is over, throughout the day, if a client is getting a facial, a wax, or something like that, this is the room that happens. So
Awesome. Thank
there
you.
you go.
What's next?
Yesterday, we just added 2 new skylights here and transferred those back ones to the LED bulbs, so that we have plenty of lighting for our new nail area. But we had just tore out the old stage right before COVID. And so we had this brand new nail salon area, and we couldn't service any customers for 7 weeks. So now we're back in action. This is where we teach the students the proper techniques on mixing, and this is where we keep our extra supplies. So this is where they come and really think about what they're doing. We have the different charts that show them the different hair color levels and the different underlying tones, and then so that way they know what to or not to mix to.
This is the science behind the magic.
This is the
Because we
science
joke that the
behind
magic happens out there with your clients.
Yes.
But really, this is the science.
Yes.
That
We have
creates magic.
lightener, we have semi-permanent colors, we have demi-permanent colors, we have permanent color, we have toners, and every one of them are meant to do something different. So that's that. This is our barber classroom. This is where Destiny Cannon is the instructor, and these are our 3 newest barber students that have yet to make it onto the floor. So they're doing their 150 hours of theory. He's working on anatomy right now. That's the chapter that they're on. Labeling and learning all the parts of the human body, and mainly what you guys learned this morning, the muscles. Yep, the facial muscles and that kind of stuff. So they can tie that into when they're doing head massages and facial treatments and things like that.
Okay, Linda, whenever you and I have talked at different times about your business and about your desires for the beauty school, one of the things that you have a heart for is not just helping women to achieve, but helping women sometimes who are in difficult situations to get out of difficult situations.
Right.
So this board behind me has some tools. So you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, this is our student service board. So this is where we share information with the students about different resources around the community, such as the Northwest Domestic Crisis Center, and we have helpful numbers and information if they have a friend or a family or even themselves that needs drug or alcohol treatment, and just different ways they could get scholarships to help pay for their education, things like that.
Jobs.
Right, all that.
Love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you. Okay, this part right here is the part that I'm like, Brian is probably nerding out. Yeah, you're all like pretty, but you know that there's like sciencey things going on in here. And I know how you were with the termites, so are you like, tell me more. This is all science.
Yes, it is. This is 6th grade art class, really. When I was in 6th grade art class, I didn't really know why the color wheel would ever come in handy to me other than painting in 6th grade art. But the thing is, these students, they just made it past the color chapter where they learned what colors cancel out others. So always it's the complementary color cancels it out and brings it more to a neutral shade. So if you've ever had your hair highlighted before and it turned this lovely shade of gold, when a hairdresser is toning it to make it more of a neutral blonde, they use the violet to cancel out the gold. So if your hair is too red, we have to put green on it to make it more neutral, to bring it
That
back.
sounds so terrifying.
So honestly, if you are swimming in a swimming pool and your hair starts turning green in the summertime, they actually say that ketchup is an at-home
Really?
neutralizer to that because you're depositing red pigment on the hair. Just as
Interesting.
purple shampoo, when I use my purple shampoo, my hair turns a nice shade of violet blonde rather than yellow. So that's how it works out. But there's many different tones when you have, not only, all hair colors are made up of primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. So some are missing, like violety red has lots of red and blue and no yellow. There's a little bit of yellow because it's all in there. But where my hair is missing the reds, I have mainly purples and
Green
tones.
shampoo.
Yeah.
Green shampoo.
There is green shampoo. There is green shampoo. They have shampoo that's literally this color that will help with underlying red pigments in hair. Yes.
All right, so over here on this board,
Yes.
ROAN clear.
Yes.
That's a math problem.
That is. So what's happening over there on the board is the students have had an assignment where they were all supposed to do each other's hair. They were supposed to color each other's hair. One group of students, it went completely wrong. And so there's never anything that's wrong. It's always just a learning experience. So Autumn, the cosmetology instructor, asked them what they mixed to put on it. This student, for instance, her hair was a lovely shade of copperish. Okay?
Oh.
But the students thought that it would be nice to mix up a red orange and an A, which is an ash, which is blue or green base, and a neutral. And then they added clear to it. So what happened there is, if you have a red orange, like I just explained, and you add a blue to it, what happens? It neutralizes, so it's neutral. Then they added neutral to that, which kept it neutral. Then they put clear in that, which is like adding water. They diluted it. So then you have not enough pigment to cancel out the copper color that's on the student's hair. But without walking them through this and showing them how their chemicals were not right at all, they just basically made like a kitchen sink omelet and put it on her hair. So we have to explain to them that in order to get rid of the copper, you need blue, because blue is across from orange. There's no blue in that. That's a diluted neutral. So in this case, they learned, first off, don't dilute it. Second off, make sure you add blue to the neutral mix. So based upon the level of orange or copper pigment that's in the hair, when you're back there in the magic room, that is how you know how much blue pigment you should or should not put.
Right.
So that's why we have to keep track of all chemicals used on a client card. So
Right.
they may use 1 ounce of neutral but add 2 drops of blue. It may or may not have been enough. If it overtoned it to blue, then they would know to use less than 2 drops next time. If it wasn't enough and they still saw some copper, then they would know to put on that client's card, put 3 drops of blue in her next time. So that's why the importance of keeping client records and knowing the levels and the tones.
I love it.
Wow, I had no idea. No idea.
There's so much more
Yes.
to it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So, and speaking of there being so much more to it, most people don't realize that the students also have to learn the anatomy, the bones, muscles, and nerves that are in the body, but we all have to know that there's 206 bones in the human body, and we have to know things about where the main nerves and muscles are.
All right. Well, we love the service that you provide for our community, and I mean, obviously, we love your real estate work, and everyone loves your color and your cuts and your part of the business of being a cosmetologist. But we love what you offer for your students, and so tell us how we would reach you if we want to be a student. If I just want to come in and get my hair cut, tell me everything. How do I find you?
All the information is online at formationsinstitute.org. But at any time, somebody can call 256-7520 or even book a school tour right online. You can book with your favorite student online. You can choose what service you want and choose any student, and it will tell you all the opening times. So 24/7, you can log on and just get all the kids' soccer schedules and baseball schedules or whatever out and see what fits. And so, like I said, you can choose either your favorite student and what service, or you can choose even multiple services and multiple students. So you could treat yourself for a whole day.
Hey, I almost forgot. I saw that you have a verbal coupon based off of this video, and it goes through July 15th. So tell us about the verbal coupon.
Okay, the verbal coupon is anybody that books online bookings between now and July 15th. They can just hashtag 1 year in the notes of the appointment, and they will automatically get 20% off all services through July 15th. And also, for any students that want to enroll before July 15th, they use that hashtag 1 year, and they get a $500 discount off of their tuition.
That's great.
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.